Howdy do, folks. This here's the old mountain man talking at you from the backside of this here lake in the hills of Arkansas. Well, been hearing a bunch about food shortages and such. And being an old mountain man, you know, I know a little bit about food. I loves me some groceries. Especially when I can go to the store and get some real tasty stuff to eat. Well, you can't really do that much anymore with all this inflation. Oh yeah, it's, you know, I've been keeping tabs on everything, and well, all I can say is we got one of the sorriest presidential administrations in the history of the United States of America. And there's a mosquito on my camera. I don't know if it hurt it or not, but it was up near the mic, and I didn't want a bunch of zzz coming. Get out of here, you little heifer. Yeah, that's right. All mosquitoes that bite are females, because they're the ones that feed the babies in the water, you know, the little wormy things that flip around. Well, I got this here book, Wild Foods, Useful Plants. This is known as a passion flower. It grows right here in America. Yep, and it has a really, really otherworldly look to that blossom. It's in here. Everything on the cover is in the book. You know, unlike a lot of books where you just got decorative whatever on the cover. They have color pictures so you can easily identify. Not just, they do have pencil sketches, but please avoid pencil sketches. They only show the outline. It's not going to really help you with identifying plants. Get a book with color pictures. You know, look at this. I couldn't tell really much of anything from that outline. Pictorial key to leaf shapes. Okay, just the shape, that's fine. But really, I'm not going to gather much info from that. I do much better whenever I have color photos of plants. Let's see here. Castor bean. Oh yeah, another thing about this book, if it is a toxic plant, it will have a skull and crossbones. Okay, well, there it is. It will have, if it is a toxic plant, poison plant, it will have a skull and crossbones on the page. So you will make no mistakes. I love this book. I've not even completely got to know it yet, but I will. I've been doing some transplanting of wild edibles. I got mullein and lamb's quarters over here, transplanted from the wild into a little wash tub. It's just a little wash tub. It looks like the old-fashioned wash tub bathtubs that were, but it's, I guess it'd be suitable enough to wash a kid in. But I'm growing, I don't have no kids, and I'm growing wild edibles. Mullein, it's they have wide elliptical leaves. They look like kind of velvety, and they even feel velvety. The mullein seed. Now I'm going to mention this. It's toxic, and it can be used to gather aquatic dwelling organisms, fish, turtles, snakes, whatever's in the water will either start to leave the water or just come up, swim on top. But don't use crushed mullein seeds in this particular. At this particular time, you're going to have to gather a whole bunch of them. You know, it takes a bunch, you know, probably 100 to 200 seeds crushed up, scattered on the water to gather any fish. And for God's sakes, don't eat the damn seeds. Don't try to make them into flour. I've already said they're toxic. So, if you screw up on that part, and that's on you. Beneficial properties to grass, flowers, fruit, roots. The flowers, you see flowers usually, but not always. Yeah, there's talk about grass seeds in here. There's growing cycles, detrimental properties, where they're found. Although 99% of grass seed is entirely safe to eat, the seeds of darnel, D-A-R-N-E-L, and then there's the Latin name, which Lolium tumulatum, L-O-L-I-U-M, and then the second word is T-E-M-U-L-E-N-T-U-M. And some sorghums are said to be toxic. Cyanide. Says here, cyanide, the usual cause of their toxicity, can be eliminated by cooking thoroughly, drying the grain. Cooking thoroughly means boiling them, changing the water, boiling them again, changing the water. But I wouldn't even try. Not with something that I knew was toxic. There's too many non-toxic plants out there to choose from, to feast on. And there's trapping, live trapping like I do, which I've not had an animal in a trap in months, and I am not only that, I had to sell all my guns in order to just get food, to have food. If somebody told me that I was going to be robbed, yeah, a boy came to me and told me that I was going to be robbed because I had, I had some guns and I had some ammo and a few other things. And I called the man and I said, you bring enough money out here, I'll sell you everything I got. He came prepared. He paid about half measure more than everything was worth. Yeah, so I've got a real light load to haul. Realized just how much ammunition I had, and I had no way to get it from point A here to point B wherever. There ain't no way that I'm going to be hauling, that I could have hauled all that ammo. Well, I got, maybe plenty of soap to keep my butt clean for a while. Pine tar soap from eBay. Antiquish is the shop. Anyway, oh God. Well, I'm only gone 7 minutes into this video, and I'm already acting like I've been on here, talking so fast. Where is that zoom? What is that? Oh, that's photo snapshot. If I can just get that zoom, configure UCam settings. I can't. Wait a minute. The zoom, enhance current video image, zoom in. Okay, manual. Just zooming in just a tiny bit, and that should take care of the autofocus blur coming in on us on the video. I know that's extremely annoying to some people, and it's extremely annoying to me not to be able to shoot a quality video. I'm using an external display, the HP ProBook 450 G3 with busted display, and it's got some other things wrong with it electrical wise. I've not been able to get it fixed because, well, thank you Joe Biden for the outrageously expensive economy, you fucking turd. Pardon my bad language and the F-bomb, folks, but I'm just, oh God. We're screwed. America is screwed right into the damn sewer on account of the present administration, and just plain picking on Joe Biden is not right. It's all the idiots behind him that's encouraging him to do this stupid crap. Of course, he's just a brainless sock puppet type, sock monkey, whatever. I don't know why I said sock monkey. It's just, Watercress Soup. Hell, there's a, let's see. Yeah, 4 cups milk, dash of salt, 1 cup watercress, and paprika. Watercress is, a little plant grows out there on top of the water. I was hoping that Zoom had fixed that autofocus thing, but it didn't. Maybe if I just bring it up a little more, it'll help. Yeah, and I know I look like a ghost, but yeah, I've been out here in the sun. It's the machine's fault. Well, machines are not perfect. They can only function to the extent that they're programmed, but I can never get one to. I could never really get the color right on the color and the shading right on the settings, so I just reverted everything back to normal settings and left it. Pardon me for my digression off onto other subjects, but that's the way my mind works sometimes. Here's wild buckwheat. There's let's see, go back around here to the table of contents. Dock, D-O-C-K, dock. It's a plant very common all over the United States. My grandmother used to pick it along with pokeweed, or poke salad as us hill folk call it. There's the elderberry or elderberry tree, epizote, whatever that is, eucalyptus, that don't even grow in America, fennel, fillery. Oh yeah, I mentioned the skull and crossbones thing. There it is. A little red skull and crossbones on the table of contents. Here's a good list of plants. You can see that there are very few poisonous plants. Very few. That's what I meant a while ago whenever I said there are way more non-toxic plants out there to choose from, rather than trying to make something edible by boiling it so many times and changing the water. I'm probably going to make a video on let me see, what was it? Oh God, I just had that thought and right out of my head. I'm sitting here with the webcam and the external display and the computer, and not using the fancy camera that I had that was a gift from a subscriber. And sorry Mr. Bruce, but whenever the economy got so bad, everything I had that was considered a luxury had to go. I gotta have money to eat, because the fish and game laws prevent me from eating wild game all the time, and why do I feel like I gotta explain that? Well, some people just don't realize you can't be feeding off wild game all the time because of those fish and game laws. Now, if I could get those wild hogs to come down here, they're considered a feral pest species, an invasive, destructive pest species. There's no laws on killing them, so you can hunt them year round, and that's nationwide. The thing about wild hogs is they're dangerous. They're dangerous, they're mean, they're nasty, and they will rip you to pieces if they get a chance. Even the little ones. The one that I killed here a while back and made a 3-hour video of me sitting there jibber-jabbering and getting up, skinning and cutting up and cooking some of that pig. Yeah. Even that little ones wanted, when I started firing that SKS. Yeah. Whoa. I cut a hole in that little bugger and he run off and standing in the middle, right in the middle of the trail over here. He stood over there and just swayed around, and I took out a pistol and started shooting. Took a couple of shots. I planted 2 of them in his head, 1 of them in his eye and in his left eye, and then maybe it was the right eye, I don't know. But then another one right behind the eye socket, about that far. I think it was about 15, 20 yards away, something like that. I don't know, I didn't measure it. Oh, and another thing. This it's a flashlight. It's I don't know how well that thing's gonna. Nah, it'd be better if it was nighttime, but when I stepped outside at night, it's got 3 modes: bright, low, or bright and medium, and then strobe. Or pulse, whatever. It's Swiss design. I picked up by I don't remember who, but it was sold at Walmart. I hate to really give Walmart any kudos, but I bought this 1.5 years ago, and it has been dinged up, beat up, dropped, used as a club. Thumped one old boy in the head with it. Wants to aggravate the hell out of me. Don't aggravate an old man. Do not aggravate an old man. Because he's either going to knock you in the head or going to have a goddamn thing to do with you after that. I guarantee you. If that old man got any sense anyway. Don't aggravate an old man. I'm always willing to help people with knowledge, but when they don't appreciate it, that's whenever I just say, you can die. I don't care. Go away from me. Get the hell away from me. Stay away from me. If I correct somebody and they don't appreciate it, I got wild onions growing in my garden over there that I transplanted from the front yard. Why? Because the front yard, that's where the septic tank is. On my Facebook, I've publicly posted a Dan Bongino video at the 47-minute and 5-second timestamp. He begins talking about how human sewage and sludge is being used to fertilize our food supply these days because of this whole inflation and supply shortage and all this. These shortages are government created by these travel restrictions and mandates and crap. The government creates the problems, and then the people whine and complain, and then they get further restrictions and more limitations on our freedoms and liberties. Got a little pen right there, given to me by a young man named Dustin. It says, "We the people." Got a couple of crossed 50 caliber muzzleloader pistols on there. And it's got the signers of the Declaration. It's a signing of the Declaration of Independence. That's one of the best gifts anybody ever gave me. As far as to being a patriot, being an American, being somebody that loves his country and loves his people and wants to see people flourish and profit and good God. And people talking about revolution, taking our country back and this and that. You'd have to invade Canada. You'd have to start a war in another country in order to do anything about it. Because where is our capital? Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, Canada? Technically, according to the maps and everything and all the boundaries, you would have to start a war in Canada. And people tell me that Canada is just part of the United States. I say, well, we're not separated by any water or any great expanse. I don't know. Here's that passion flower thing again. Maybe this picture will give you a better idea what it looks like. Oops. Okay. Maybe let's see about the lighting. How about this? Oops. No. Well, it's blue. And believe you me, once you see the white and the blue and the green and all that is well, you could look up passion flower vine on and Google image it or image search it on whatever your favorite search engine is. We got 20 minutes just now on this video. And, well, it says here the medicinal uses for the dried flowers and leaves are described as an anodyne, nerve sedative, diuretic, antispasmodic. Passion flower tea is used for unrest, agitation, exhaustion, nervousness, and nervous headaches. Drinking a tea of the leaves relieves insomnia, soothes the nerves, and results in a more restful sleep and feeling of being refreshed upon uprising. Infuse a ½ ounce of dried leaves to 2 pints of water. Houma Native Americans added the pulverized root of the passion flower to their water in the belief that it acted as a tonic for the entire body. An alkaloid called passiflorine is obtained from the root. Wow. Drinking the concentrated tea from the leaves or smoking the leaves, see other uses in brackets there, in sufficient amounts causes a sedative effect coupled with narcosis. Oh, narcosis. I'm going to look that word up. I don't know what that word is. But that's on page 168 of this book. There's passion flower lore. It has to do with Christ, Christianity, and a lot of, yeah, there's my roots right there. My dad was a Southern Baptist youth minister. But, yeah, me, I'm just the old mountain man here trying to help people survive. And if you could help me survive by, maybe buying a fire building kit, and I know it may be a lot to ask in this economy, that, your dollars mean a hell of a lot to you. And they mean something to me too, and I hope you have enough to go around, to feed your family, to take care of your bills. And I'm going to end this here video with this. I wish you all well. And if things get too hard for you, hell, look me up. I may have a couple of my favorite YouTube subscribers living next door to me here in a little while, and I sure hope so, because they are some precious people. I want to give a special shout out to Kurt and Franny up there in Missouri. And by golly, I sure do look forward to seeing y'all in July. I'm really confident. I'm in high hopes, and I feel good about the whole thing. My folks have that property that we're talking about, and I vouch for them, and I say they're some of the best people I've ever met in person here, and I just love them to pieces. They make special trips down here from Missouri, 3 or 4 hour drive, just to visit with me one day and go back to their hotel or motel, wherever they rent, and it just blows my mind the way they care about me. And oh boy. And I've not smiled a whole lot since Little Bear's death, since his passing. Yeah. And I didn't really realize just how much I was going to miss him and how lonesome I was going to be out here. It was a booger. It's a heck of a thing, having an animal in your life for over a decade, and then next thing you know, he's just gone. Just not there anymore. Well, folks, I'm going to go get me a cigarette, which I'm rolling my own. And that's another thing. Everything's gone up. Tobacco. For a 5.29 ounce can, I paid $74 and some change. $74.75, I think it was. Well, for now, this here's the old mountain man signing off from the backside of this here lake. Wishing y'all all the best, and if you can help me out, send me an email with to mountainman14728@outlook.com. I will personally get that email and will personally answer it with a copy of the price list. And I've dropped my prices down to $40 for the big fire building kits, all the way down to $15 for the little fire building kits. You don't get just a fire steel, you get magnesium, pure magnesium, and char cloth with every order. And if I got some freebies to give away, yeah, I can do that too. I'll have to dig for that. I know I got some P38 can openers with the military specification number on them. And I was supposed to end this video a little bit ago. We'll see y'all folks later. Take care of y'all. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other, because we have got some rough times coming. And I mean rough.